cleaner than I ever would be. It's cooler than Antarctica's weather would be. Damn, I think my swagger is a weapon to me. And dudes don't count you off the record to me. So don't be stepping to me, trying to shake my hand. I'm already the man, ain't trying to make your band. I feel the fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. 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 You're not really seeing me, dog. Real talk. You feeling whacker than you ever would be. In mind you.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. As you guys know, this is the Basketball Wise Stand Encounter. We have some Basketball Wise updates, some things that are going on online that I really want to talk about. I have Cindy here with me as well. I'm going to bring her up in just a minute. But before I do that, let's take care of business of this channel. If you want to join the nation, go ahead and turn on notifications. But before you do that, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, comment down below, comment over here in the comment section if you're here with the live. Let us know you're here. But also share the video, y'all. Okay. Let's play this intro and let's get into it. Let's go.
I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
What's going on?
Hey, how are you?
I am good. What's going on, Cindy?
Nothing. Happy Friday. I'm happy it's Friday.
I wish I had a Friday.
I know. But you'll get your regular schedule soon.
It's on the way. I got one more tough week and then I'm free.
Yay.
But yes, so real quick, I just want to say hello to California Cutie in the chat. And also hello to Miss Platinum 2001 in the chat.
Hey, guys.
So as you guys know, we normally do recaps of the Basketball Wise, but my schedule is extremely tough right now. And I don't really have time to go through and analyze the episode. So
right. And they did have the premiere episode, so we at least have episode 1 in.
Yes, so make sure you guys go and watch it. We are going to talk about a little bit of the highlights. For one, I mean, if you've watched it, go ahead and we always do on a scale from 1 to 10, what do you think of the episode? And then let's also do a scale from 1 to 10, what do you think for the season? So let's start off with the episode. What did you give it, Cindy?
I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay.
For me, it started out with way too much Jackie.
Okay.
So, unless you want to get into the details, I'll just leave it there. What do you give it?
I gave it a good 7-8.
Okay.
I'm loving the newness of this.
I
think. It's really interesting to watch because it's not the same type of drama that we've been getting besides the Evelyn and Jennifer thing.
Correct.
I think it's interesting to watch Brandy navigate between Evelyn and Brandy.
Jennifer.
I'm loving Ming already, even though she didn't really do a lot.
Yeah. What did she really do? She did.
What I liked about her was when we can talk about it because we're not really doing a recap.
Right.
What I really liked about her was when Jennifer got up and left, she didn't get up and go.
Right. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
I think I'm going to love Jackie's daughter.
I like Chantel. Yeah.
I think that she's coming in like, I mean, that's my mom, but I, that's that's not me.
I know, but part of that was a little bit annoying to me,
Okay.
because it's kind of like, if you don't really want to be associated with the drama, then this should not be the show that you come on and try to make your mom look bad, because Jackie makes herself look bad as it is. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
I find it a little disappointing and a little strange that she already has her side eye on Jackie. It's kind of like she knows her mom. Like, it's been on for a million years at this point. You know what I mean? It's kind of like,
I think she's always had that with her mom, though. I don't think that that was started on the show or her coming
no,
on for the season.
no, I don't think so. I think you're right. It has started, but we didn't have to see it on a regular basis. So,
Mm,
we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
yeah.
But I like that she was also like, can you guys talk? Because I don't know what's going on, and you can cut the tension with a knife. So,
Yeah. Like, she's very aware of what's going on.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
I like that about her. I'm like, oh, she has a lot of situational awareness.
Hmm.
And I think I enjoyed that because it was like, I don't want to jump in because normally the girls would jump in and take a side.
Right.
She didn't do any of that. She kind of just came in and was like, can y'all get this shit together? Because I don't know what's going on. I really don't really care.
Exactly.
um, I will. So that was the one thing I did like. I do like how Evelyn shut Brittany down from the beginning of that
Yeah.
conversation.
Same.
And
I
I
was and I was not expecting Brittany to take it so well, just
me
because
either.
she started out being so kind of stank, um,
Mhm.
and just reminiscent to me of why I didn't like her first go around. But the
Mhm.
fact that she was just like, okay, I mean, I feel like she should have also apologized for what she said, because
Absolutely.
I agree with Evelyn. Evelyn only said stuff about her in interviews after Britney trashed them, like, for months, even before taping aired. So yeah.
Yeah, just from the preview, we realize it's not going to last long either. So,
Yeah.
and I think I have an issue with the fact that she's on as like promoting her being a Muslim.
Me too.
And I'm like, well, ma'am, you can't just put it on and take it off when you want.
Exactly. And it feels like, to me, it's a very transactional. Like, she's only doing it for who she's with now.
Yeah,
I knew it had to be about a man,
yeah,
instead of really like a real spiritual journey. Now, if that really was her journey, then I don't feel like she should have started out saying it wasn't on my dance card. It's like,
yeah.
ma'am, just say you did this for a man.
Hmm.
And I'm sure, if we proceed with this, that'll probably go away. I can't see her being really changed in that way.
Me either. I know that Carlos King interviewed Jackie. Did you see that?
I did not. I've
Carlos
heard I've
King.
heard about it, but I
Yeah,
did not see it.
it was very interesting. When I tell you it was so delusional.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anything that delusional before in my life.
Wow.
Um,
When
Jack,
was this? And when was this? And how long was the interview?
I want to say this happened like maybe the day, like that Monday after the show aired.
Oh wow, the
It,
Tuesday
it
after.
happened. It had to happen like right after the episode aired because she talked a little bit about the show.
Okay.
Um, and it's so funny. One of the things I really like about the season too is like the girls are on the internet this season.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoyed the fact that Evelyn is on the internet, doing her podcast with Shanice.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Jackie, she's going to do an interview regardless. But it's new to see Evelyn like be a YouTuber.
Right, right.
So I'm really enjoying that part. And then what I had inboxed you. Hopefully, or we'll get a date on that because I'm
Yep.
excited about that as well. But I'm enjoying this online Evelyn.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
I mean,
those are the reasons
she's
why.
kind of she's kind of catching up with it too, because I feel
Yeah,
like a lot of the seasons, not a lot of the seasons, but the previous seasons, when she started to become involved, I felt like the other girls seemed so much more online ready,
Mm,
including Jackie,
yeah.
and she just did her season, and then she would be quiet. So yeah, I like
She
hearing.
wasn't on that first season when Brooke and Brandy now came back, was she?
No.
Yeah, that's the season they first started doing all that social media stuff.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah, definitely didn't seem like it was part of her thing, and so now
Mhm.
that she's been on, like 2, 3 seasons now, she's kind of taking to, go into, so I don't mind social media. Hey, Yvette.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. I know she's very private. And I know she always says like, when the show is on, like that's her, and then when it's off, like she goes back into mommy mode.
Mm-hmm.
And even when her and Shanice are doing their podcast, they talk about it a lot. And Shanice is like, no, that's really true. Like that's really how Evelyn is. Um, Evelyn told her story on that podcast, the first podcast. It was really like touching to me to like hear her story. And I think a lot of times, like when we hear people call her like a hoe and stuff like that, like
Mm-hmm.
I never really go back to the fact that Evelyn had Shanice at 17.
Right, she did. Mm-hmm.
And she talked about how they were comparing like mommyhood with each other on the podcast. And she was Shanice is like, she was like, Evelyn will call her and ask her to go. I think they want to go like to the farmer's market or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, as soon as Evelyn asked her to go, she thought about all the things she would have to do to get the baby ready.
Right.
And so she was like,
No.
yeah, no, I'm not gonna go. And so Evelyn was like, that's crazy. Like, because when I had you, I was on a subway with you out in the cold, things like that. Like, she's like,
Mm-hmm.
and she just kind of told her story about how Shanice grew her up.
She did. I mean, and she's told that story before. Like,
Yeah,
she was just like, I mean, obviously, a teen mom is a difficult situation. She did have help with her mom too, but think about it. You can't drive. You're not an adult yet.
yeah,
So your kids, you're kind of growing up with your kid.
yeah.
And
And
I think that's why people don't really understand or give a little bit more leeway to their relationship. Like, why she's so aggressive when it comes to Shawnee's, because like, she had
they're
to be.
like sisters,
Yep, they're like sisters.
and
And
she
she
and
had
she
to
says
be.
that a lot. But I guess hearing her talk about it again on the podcast, because I think when she said it in the past, it didn't really click to me the way that it is now. Maybe because I'm older,
Hmm.
but it didn't really click to me at as soon as it did when I saw this episode. And
Right.
just watch them like interact, because they look, it seems like sisters talking to each other.
Absolutely. And
Um,
it seemed like that on her own show to me too.
she
When
they
Shawnee's.
talked about that. Shani talked about that.
They really seem that way, and that's when I kind of got a better understanding. And I will say too, like, when my hey grown woman, don't try me. When my mom passed away, like, people didn't really understand that, my dad had passed away when I was 4, and so obviously we had a mother-daughter bond, but
Mm,
because of the loss of my dad, our relationship was even stronger, like became even more like fortified, because um we were all each other had. And I think, like, when people, talk about like losing their parents, or losing, and it doesn't make it any easier, because the loss of a parent is the worst, period, of anybody, but especially, like, but having someone be your only parent. And I feel like Shawnice and Evelyn have that. Like, even though Shawnice's dad is still alive, like, really, I feel like Evelyn feels to her like that's her only real present parent.
she actually talked about that on the podcast too, and she said she talked about how both of her children's fathers were involved in their lives.
Hmm.
And she said, but most of the time it was just her alive.
Yeah.
And I'm dropping the link to her podcast in the chat. So guys, if you haven't watched it, definitely check it out. It's a really good podcast. To see a mother and daughter have the conversation that they're having. And sometimes it does seem like, Shanice is the mom and Evelyn was the kid.
Hmm.
Um, and then I love the fact that Shanice is talking about how she is like she's having a voice now.
Yeah.
Because she's like before, she's like, I really just kind of like two things out. And one thing I love about this, I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to go on about this podcast like this, but I really loved it.
Hmm.
The thing I loved the most was about how Evelyn talked about how like genuine and nice that Shanice is. She's like, that's the thing that really makes her mad when people go against her daughter, is that Shanice is like the nicest person in the world. She's like, you don't
Right.
say anybody, you don't say anything. She's like, even when they're talking about you, like you don't ever even respond. And
Right.
Evelyn's like, I want you to be like she wants you to go off. And so Shanice starts comparing them. She's like, I'm just, that's not the energy that I've been given. She's like, you're like the high, I'm like the low.
Right.
And she was like, I don't have, and you could tell genuinely, like that's really how she is.
Yeah, she seems so laid back, and I feel like she's so unproblematic, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's why Evelyn does take offense. But again,
Oh, thank
it's
you.
kind of that double-edged sword where because Evelyn has such a a, a strong personality
Yeah.
that any negative feedback gets put in Shanice's direction, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Um, but
And she talked about it on the podcast too.
did she? Okay, I'm
Mhm.
gonna have to check out the
Like
podcast.
Shanice really opened up on his podcast, and I think that's why it
Okay.
makes me enjoy it so much. Is that we've never seen a personality from Shanice like that for real. And
No.
like she's on there laughing, she's talking about things that she likes, she doesn't like. Evelyn asked her like, "What's the thing you like about me the most? Thing you hate about me the most?" And so she tells all like, "It's stuff that we would have never know."
That's
Uh,
great. I'm gonna
yeah,
definitely
it
check it
was
out.
really cool. It was really cool to watch.
Okay.
And since we're talking about it, I was going to say this to the last part. I can play it now. So as you guys know, there, on one of the episodes of Basketball Wives, Evelyn decided to do a little pat down on the lady parts. And so they were talking about in this clip, they couldn't remember who had called who first because Shanice was like, it definitely came to me. But Evelyn couldn't remember if she called Shanice and told her what she did first, and neither could Shanice. But I'll let you hear it, and then we can talk about it.
Okay.
By the way, when I slapped my vagina seasons ago, I'd never forget. Did I tell you that I did that, or did you see the clip?
I don't know. I don't know what came
I-
first, but the clip definitely came.
Shanice, did you call me, or did we talk in person?
And
Or
even
like,
for Evelyn to ask, it's just like, did my mom call me or like, like you saw this, you called me? Like I was somewhat like it's. I'm gonna go on. Sorry.
I know, as I remember, I felt like a kid, and she was like, "So you just felt like slapping your vagina?" And I
No.
remember thinking, "Yeah, I was really upset."
I don't question you about a lot, but that one I needed some insight on, like what happened that day from beginning to end.
Like just that little kind of stuff like that. It's funny to like watch Shanice respond to the things that her mom does.
Right. Right.
And I can see because it comes off as like it's so shady and subtle.
Right.
It's like I wanted to know, like in your mind, like what were you thinking at it?
What were you thinking? Right. Right. Right.
Yes.
I would have thought the same thing, child.
Yeah. If my mom was doing, I would probably been like, "Girl, what the fuck you doing?"
Right.
Let me see if there's anything left.
And what did you drink? Like where? Why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's a funny.
And it still comes up
it totally.
on Instagram.
and
I cringe.
you
I'm like,
cringe.
oh my God, I can't get past the thing fast enough. I'm like, no. I don't want to watch.
By the way, when I slapped,
She said, "I don't want to watch it, honey."
Yeah, and then also she also gets into how like Leo seen it before.
Okay.
And so she's like, he went to school and someone had sent it to her. And so she told Shanice that she tells Leo that she's acting.
Okay. Okay. Oh boy.
And Shanice was like, "What do you think he's gonna see this?"
Right.
And she's like, "Well, he's acting like you've been lying to me my whole entire life."
Well, yeah.
But it's just stuff like that. Like I just love the dynamics of the both of them on that podcast. Definitely check it out. The link is in the chat. I enjoyed the entire thing. I watched it last night on my way to bed, and I couldn't sleep without finished watching it.
Oh, that's so great. I'm gonna check it out.
All right, so let's get into some things because, as you guys know, like once again, this is the Basketball Stand account. And Josh, welcome over here. This is not a Evelyn trashing account. We love her over here, okay? But welcome. I want to get into some other things that are going on over in the basketball wives world. As you guys know, there was a basketball wives. Was it Miami, Orlando?
LA. Oh,
LA?
wait.
No, the Orlando,
One.
right?
Orlando.
And a lot of people want that show back, but I don't think it's coming back because we have Megan James, and she wants to rejoin the cast of LA. Now, I never thought that Megan really was like meshed with them well. What did you think that?
No, I don't think so. I feel like she, the one season that she was on, Drea was still on there. I don't know how
Yeah,
it would be with these women in particular, but she wasn't, they pretty much made fun of her the entire time.
the entire time.
I don't, so, and I didn't get into the Orlando show. I
Mm.
know that I watched maybe the first episode and you said you're going to watch it and then let me know if it was worth it. And I just never got there. So I didn't really get to see her dynamics with the other girls.
I couldn't really like tell you a moment that I had watched in that I would be like, man, I really wish it came back because I love when they did.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
remember those.
Yeah, I don't think we need to see her here in LA. I'm sorry.
Oh, and yet, now we do this over here.
Josh, not with me. Okay.
We do this over here, okay? And I believe everything you just said. But
No,
go
Josh.
ahead.
I disagree.
But yeah, and shout out to Jamie. That's me, y'all. If Jamie, that's me, is in the comments over here. If y'all subscribe to Jamie, that's me. I love her channel.
Me too.
Subscribe to Jamie. But yeah, so she just let me play the clip with Megan.
What do you have coming up next professionally?
I've just been working on my podcast, the Hollywood Group Chat podcast. It's still going viral, and I have a nonprofit, and I've been working on a little floral company. So, just doing little hobbies, this and that, until I get another phone call. Shani, call me. Y'all need me on LA. Hello.
So she's like,
No.
Orlando, I want to come back over here.
No, ma'am. We don't need you back. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't see her like I think she's too immature for these girls, and I mean, and that's a big thing to say for these women on this.
I
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
agree.
just like and I can't explain the immaturity of Megan
Right.
versus these women.
Right.
I think they're dealing with like grown women immaturity.
Absolutely.
Megan is like teenager immaturity.
Agreed. And I feel like, she had her couple of shots.
Yeah.
And she does well. I feel like when she was doing like her podcasts where she was going viral for saying little things here and there, like she could stick with that. Like I don't need to see that back on the show.
Megan will give those girls a run for their money. I don't think so. And
No.
yes, Jamie is very cool. Let me put Jamie's link in the chat too. But yeah, I just don't see it for Megan with the LA girls at all. And I think, and to be honest, she did very well with the girls in Orlando.
Oh, really? Okay.
She was like the Evelyn of that group, and she needs that type of energy because she wants to be the boss.
Okay.
And so I think that's why she did. She wasn't like too much until she had to be, but then she kind of took it back when she needed to. Like she knew what the assignment was, and she delivered it.
I mean, obviously not well enough for the show to come back.
Well, yeah, I mean, but a lot of people are asking back for the show. I'm not sure why Shawnee hasn't brought it back. I think Shawnee starts a lot of shows and then kind of lets them go though.
Well, I mean, I guess if it's not an immediate hit, and it wasn't, it felt like, as their season went on, I didn't really hear much about that show, to be honest. So,
well, grown woman, you probably don't remember her from Basketball Wives, but you probably remember her from Bad Girls Club because that's where she came from.
Oh, really? I didn't know that she came.
Yes.
I didn't know she came from there.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, yeah. That's where Megan came from, Bad Girls Club. So.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Um, I love Jamie was watching her today. She does this show called This Is Messy or Body Cam is Messy. Y'all, I have to watch it every day. I love Jamie.
That's funny.
Yes, and she like when Jamie reacts to like the body cams and stuff. It's so funny how Jamie reacts to stuff because she does it live. I think, like when she's recording it, and it's just so funny how she reacts to it. She's like, "No, hold on, let me rewind it back." How y'all all did like it'd be funny to me. I love how Jamie does that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's move on to our next person who's actually on this season, who is Brittany Renner. Now, me and Cindy were talking before the show has started. I don't know a lot about Kevin Gates. Cindy doesn't know a lot about Kevin Gates.
Well, we've talked about it before the episode even aired. I asked you, who is this man?
Yeah, I don't really know. But she's married to him. I didn't even know he was a Muslim. I've heard the name.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like knowing him, I don't know nothing about. I don't know even what he does.
Same here. Like, I mean, I've heard that. Like I told you, I was like, I've heard his name before, but I couldn't for the life of you tell you what he does. Who is literally? I and I'm not trying to be funny. But who are you, sir?
Yeah. Okay, Josh said he's a failed zesty rapper.
Okay.
Got you.
Rapper. Okay.
Yeah, sounds about right. But she's flying him off. Apparently she's saying that's her husband, but then when I'm reading her that he's married to somebody else.
Wow.
So
And she was calling him, oh, that's my husband, and I was confused because that's why I had sent you that info, being like, who is this guy?
Let me Google this. Okay, so hold on. Drika Gates.
Okay.
I guess you can't see. Unless you can't see it because we're here. Hold on, move us down. Where's the thing at? All right, so Drika Gates. This is his wife.
Oh wow. Married in 2015. That it wasn't that long ago.
I think that they believe in that polyamory.
Oh what?
Allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly. I'm not sure.
Okay, because I was gonna say,
I don't know. I mean, if she's calling him her husband, they have to, right?
But what does that have to do with being a Muslim?
I don't know if that has to do anything with that. I'm just saying. I'm thinking they believe in that because if she's saying that that's her husband and he's married to Drika, they have to be in a polyamorous relationship, right?
I guess.
I
really honestly don't know what their dynamic is. Are they said they were married in 2015, but are they still currently married?
Let me Google that. Let's see. Is Kevin Gates still? Yes, Kevin Gates is married to Drika Gates. They married in October 2015. They have 2 children together, LaCorin and Kaza. While there have been reports of other relationships, including a wrong relationship with Brittany Renner.
The picture just went away from me.
Huh?
The screen just went away.
What screen?
The one that you're reading from.
Oh, I can see it still on here. I don't know.
Okay.
It says rumored relationship with Brittany Renner. There is no credible evidence to suggest that Kevin Gates and Drika Gates are divorced or legally separated. So,
oh wow,
yikes! I don't know.
It already sounds like a mess. And this is also my problem with Brittany. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she does not make good choices. Like in my opinion, like good life choices. I'm sorry.
Josh said he has an S tape with his wife.
Oh wow.
Yikes.
Yeah, I just don't feel like she makes good life choices, and that's why I hate also that she's dragging religion into it too.
Yeah, I want her to stop immediately.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, let me pull this one up too. Can you see this one? Oh no, you can't see it because I didn't post this up yet. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to play this. Oh my God, this girl is just. Let me just play it.
So Islam has made my life better in every single category. And like my husband says, the closer you get to God, the more you get. And literally in every category of my life, I mean, dreams happen, like miracles happen once in a while every day, so it's been really beautiful. It's changed my life for the better.
I'd love to hear that. I mean, of course, Kevin is here supporting you tonight. How does it feel to have him stand behind you? And what is it
Why
about
he look
him?
like he like on punishment in the back or something?
Yeah, right.
Like a bodyguard.
He does look like a bodyguard. Yeah.
That you were like, no, he's the one for me.
His name echoes in every chamber of my heart. And
Like she read a cue card. Did you see how she paused?
Yeah, she can't really sum it up.
Yeah, she was like, it feels like he echoes a chamber in every heart. I don't understand.
I don't. It's hard to describe a love like that. All I can say is that I'm with the person that I quite literally dreamed of. And to be able to just wake up next to him and spend time with him, even to have him here behind me, it's like so surreal. I'm like,
He's not showing no love, affection, or anything. He's not even pretending like
Yeah,
he's in the
she just-
video with her. It's like he looks like somebody who's standing in the background.
Yeah, she's too old to be acting boy crazy. She literally sounds like a teenager to me. The picture went away again, by the way. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, look, somebody said it in the thing. As he stands in the background looking like, now remember what we rehearsed. And my God, it's Queen. My God, it's Queen. I love this one. Miss Skittle says, I don't know what it is about, but I can't take her serious. I don't think any of us can.
No.
Let's see if this
Like I
anymore.
said, she sounds like a teenager to me.
She does. She really does.
So yeah, he's just the most beautiful person inside and out that I've ever met. And I'm just so thankful that Allah blessed me with him.
Allah bless you. Let's read some more of these comments. I'm liking them.
Like what keep Allah out of it, okay?
Right.
Allah doesn't need to be brought up in your mess, honey.
He's grand rising type, homie looking for more to up Neo. Oh, Neo. Oh. Are they calling him gay?
That's what you said. When I
thought he was gay. I didn't know. I thought he was gay.
But that's what I'm saying. So like it sounds like a whole mess that she's in right now.
Cocktails and conversation. I'm embarrassed for her. That's sad.
Wow.
I'm sad. Pop quiz. How many chambers do the heart?
Right. Exactly.
Will she ever stop acting? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Wow. The video that you were playing has disappeared for me. Everybody in the audience, can you still see it? Is it just me?
The one that I have up now?
Yeah, the one that you had up. It was up, and then after you had paused it the first time, it disappeared. Maybe it's just me. I don't know what's happening.
This one says, meanwhile, nobody said anything about Sudan, Congo. I don't know what these names are. Or any
I think it's Sudan. If I could see it, I could help you.
Sudan, Congo, Burkina, Burkina.
I don't know.
All right. Or it says, or any of what's important in the lives of Black or African Muslims around the world.
Wow.
So wow, yeah, I don't think that they really like Britney like that.
Mm-hmm.
Your best said she could see.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I think that Britney
it's back now.
She's been with Todd, and she came to us to set us to a scheme to set us up with this bullshit because I'm not understanding.
Not with Todd.
Yes, I don't understand.
I don't either.
If y'all tuning in late, drop down in the comments because this next part, Cindy, it's a doozy.
Oh boy.
Drop down in the comments. Let us know what you guys think about Brittany Renner, and Kevin Gates and all the things. Let me see what Jim says. Exactly. We can just not listen to Brittany. I don't want that ish jumping on it. I agree.
Right.
I agree. So agree.
Yep.
Okay, so earlier I was telling you that Carlos King had interviewed Jackie.
Yes.
So let's get into that. Jackie Christie named her reality TV Mount Rushmore basketball wives. I didn't add that part.
Okay.
Basketball wives.
Okay.
Let me since you haven't seen it, let me let you guess who her four were.
obviously,
This is gonna be interesting.
obviously herself, obviously Jackie,
Uh-huh.
Tammy,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Jennifer,
Okay.
and then the fourth person, Shawnee.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to see what you thought she was gonna say.
Yeah.
Let's hear what she said.
Okay.
Rushmore, it means like the greatest basketball wives stars.
And that's the, I mean, and this is like I love how he described it before she answered it.
Uh-huh.
The greatest basketball wives stars of all
Right.
time.
Of all
all
time.
time. Who are those four ladies, Jackie Christie?
Oh my God. For me, it would have to be myself,
Of course.
Told you.
Drea,
Oh.
Tammy, and not in that order, just all of us. And myself, Drea, Tammy. I mean, it's kind of like a toss-up. If I could have five, it would be Chantel and Evelyn.
Wow. Chantel is it just barely got on the thing. She can't be. First of all, she's not a star, and she barely got on the show. So I'm sorry, ma'am. And then I mean, I will say, Drea is my second favorite next to Evelyn. I've always I enjoy Drea. You know, but she's crazy.
If she would have said her,
She's crazy.
if she would have said her, Drea, and Evelyn off the bat, and Tammy, I would have been like, okay, I can fuck with that.
Right. But to put her daughter in it, like
Her
Shani,
daughter,
come on.
but it gets even more delusional.
I mean, it's not surprising.
Oh, it don't come from Jackie though.
Okay.
Let me see if this was it for this. Look at Carlos King. He's stunned.
I'm you know, I'm stunned because she really feels like
Let me tell you something before you even finish, Cindy. It takes a lot to make Carlos King speechless.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead. What you gonna say?
From what I could hear, I still couldn't see anything. From what I could hear,
Oh,
I
you couldn't see it?
No, I already just was annoyed by his voice. I don't like his interview skills, but whatever.
For Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, he just was like like he didn't know what to say.
Wow.
Let me see if this thing else left.
Exactly, Jay.
That's not about Mount Rushmore.
Even though me and Evelyn go head to head,
But you're fair.
You know what I mean?
You're
when
fair.
we're good, me and that bitch is good. But when we not, we not. And right now, I'm not gonna say if we are or not. But look, I have no anger towards anybody. And just to be fair, callers, I think everybody that's ever been on Basketball Wives have brought something different. It has been amazing. It's always hard when you got to narrow it down, but when you really look at the icons in your eyes and who you feel made a great impact in that is unforgettable. In those moments,
I just hate the fact that she thinks that she created this show for some reason.
Right.
And like she speaks on it like even Evelyn doesn't do this.
No. And I hate that, when people like Carlos or, of that caliber says stuff like, the show would be nothing without you. That's so not true. She's not the show. I'm sorry.
She's not. But because she did this, another player enters the ring. Okay. Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
It's your girl Malaysia Pargo.
Well, there you go, right?
The shade of it all, but you're my biggest cheerleader, Jackie. What y'all think? So,
but you know what? I feel like too. Look, this is gonna make you happy. But I feel like if she didn't want to be on the show, then why would she associate her with the show?
But neither does Drea.
That's true. That is true. You're right. Drea straight up is like, no.
Yeah, and Malaysia put way more time into that show than Drea did.
Absolutely. I agree. You're right.
So I would, and you might be mad. You might be like, damn, we agree on disagree on the wrong day.
Exactly.
I feel like Malaysia is right.
I feel like she is right because she's one of the people that I think of, about that show, especially in LA.
I think Malaysia set that show off.
Yeah.
And then Jackie came in as like she's the matriarch.
Yeah.
But without Malaysia beating up the Go Van, we wasn't even really watching it like that.
Yeah.
And then after that happened, Malaysia set that show on fire.
I agree.
Now we'll give her props on that.
I agree. Thank you for giving my girl some props. Like, because you would just
it's hard for me.
I was gonna say you would downplay her importance on the show, and I feel like,
only when it comes to Brandy.
Okay. All right. Anywho.
But I can respect it. But it gets even more delusional.
Okay.
It gets even more delusional.
Jackie,
are you ready for this one?
Let's hear it.
This is another one of your girls. Tammy joins the conversation.
Uh-oh.
Tammy said, from what I hear, you'd be a great person to return on the show. And she asked OG.
What?
Cindy. My Cindy.
What? OG is not in the Mount Rushmore of basketball. Are you kidding?
And y'all be wondering why I can't stand this lady.
Exactly.
Tammy is a troll. And I do not have the capacity to deal with the stupid shit that Tammy says and does.
Right.
The fact that you're over on VH1, and I'm going to get into it, you probably going to hate it. And I'm going to take it back and then we're going to move on. That you're over there with a fake cheater show. And you over on the BET Plus with one of the most horrible acting shows I've ever seen in my life. And the show that you were doing the best on, you left it to do this corny shit. And then you're endorsing the one person no one would ever put onto Mount Rushmore of basketball lives.
No.
To me, it's just insane. I don't like Tammy. Go with this.
Yeah, she could have just stayed out of that.
Where's my clip? I played it earlier. Where's my clip? Tammy.
You need to leave. It's disgusting.
You need to leave.
Please.
I am sick of you.
Just stop talking about it. You hate the show, but it got you some checks when you were on food stamps, ma'am. So let's just leave it there. You left and stay gone. That's it. You left.
She keeps saying, I'm not going to talk about this show, but she
keeps talking
every
about
single
it.
time.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is what I'm saying when I talk about Tammy. Like, she is a person that I would never want to be around because once she doesn't like you, she's going to troll you for the rest of her life, and it doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't even make sense. Like, she still kind of trolls her baby daddy for cheating, and that was her girls are grown women now.
So the fact that they brought that back up when Evelyn came back onto the show for me was insane.
Yeah.
Ooh, my blood is boiling.
Yeah, like she is one of those people that will troll you forever. It's kind of like, just move on, please. Thank you.
And I had a comment in one of these. Because I put, this is the Mount Rushmore of the Lulu. And I've gotten a lot of responses from people liking my comment. And I thought I pulled that one up, but I guess I did not. But
wow.
Yes, I did. People was like, no, that's for real. It got like over 100 likes on it.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she is not Jackie also is not the person that we need to hear any of these thoughts from. Like, she really isn't. And I feel like, Carlos knows that. Just he knows he's going to get these ridiculous responses by talking to Jackie.
And that's why I don't think that Evelyn's going to interview with him ever.
I hope she doesn't.
I don't think that she will. I don't see it happening. One, I don't think that he speaks very positive about her at all. And then when she, oh well, I love all the girls that love me. I love the girls love we all love each other.
Right.
And I'm like, you love everything that comes on your show, Carlos.
Right.
I don't think you love all the girls though.
No, I don't think so either.
And then Jennifer is actually your real friend. So how are you gonna bring Evelyn over there?
Right.
Knowing that her and Evelyn got going.
Allegedly they're real friends.
Well, they're that too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I just wanted to know this was the craziest shit I've seen. Cindy, I want to call you Jackie and Tammy.
Oh no. Please no. Don't you call me that woman. I mean,
that's how much this blows my mind. When I said now, to be honest, I wouldn't even put Jackie on here.
No, me neither. Honestly, like she just is in her mind. That's her show. I really wish that she would retire. Which is also why I am also happy to see Shani on there, because I'm like, does this mean that she's going to take your place eventually? Because I really feel like she needs to go and sit down now.
Yeah.
She brings nothing to the
I
show.
hope that she's switching out. And also, Evelyn was talking about on the podcast that Shanice comes onto the show this season too.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, I would love to see her switch with Evelyn.
Okay. I don't feel like Shanice is gonna want to fool with those women like that. She just doesn't have that personality for that.
I think that if they switch Jackie and Evelyn out with the cast we have now,
no,
it might work. And the reason, unless we went back a little bit too. So all these women over here like Ty.
I love Ty. I told you too.
Yeah, like Evelyn and Shanice was talking about Ty on the podcast.
Okay.
And they were like, and Evelyn was like, so like you like her like you would like date her? She's like, well, not like men. She's like, but I mean, there's something about her I can't explain it. She was like,
she does have a very strong male positive energy to me. I mean, I like men too, so that's why. But I like Ty. I feel like she's attractive to me, but in a male energy way. Does that make sense?
I feel like Ty has something on all the women, because Brandy talking about having a baby with Ty. Shanice,
what?
Did you see the clip?
I didn't catch it.
Yeah, it was like this season on Basketball Wives.
But Ty, on this season. Okay. Oh yeah. Yes. I did see that briefly. Brandy was all cheesing. She was smiling hard at that woman.
Shanice was too when Evelyn asked about her.
Oh, okay.
So, but then Evelyn was too when Shanice asked about her. Yeah. So it was like I don't know what Ty. They said it's the squint of Ty's eyes.
I just think that she's hot. I'm sorry. I really cannot explain. But I mean, I thought this when I was first introduced to her on over there on Love and Hip. I was like, who that? Like.
No, Evelyn said that Ming Lee told them to don't look in her eyes, because when you do, it's gonna fuck you up. And she said, and then Evelyn and Shanice was saying, because I guess Shanice had met her on the show too.
Okay.
And so they was like, it's something about when Ty starts squinting her eyes, they was like, it draws you in, like you can't help it.
I don't know. I don't really, just because I feel that way. I don't feel like it is about her eyes. It's her energy. It's like her vibe. Mm-hmm. Like I dig her it's something about her energy, and it reads to me as like male, even though I know that she's a woman,
right. Charles, did you watch the show? Because if you didn't watch the show, let's not ask questions.
But yeah, so yeah,
like the Brandy channel.
But Ty, I was hoping to see her in this first episode, but I guess it wasn't explosive enough. And plus, I didn't realize that Ming and her had broken up. Did you? I meant to ask you about that.
I did, because I guess from the previews.
Okay, because I thought when we first thought that they were going to be on the show, I thought they were coming in as a couple, kind of like replacing the Jocelyn and Natasha.
Technically, I think they are.
Okay.
kind of, sort of, like we dated, but like we're breaking up, but we're still together because one of the clips was like, "Why you keep sleeping in bed when we were naked?" And Ming was like, "I sleep in bed naked every night." So
Okay,
you
okay.
like,
But that's why I got confused because I thought they
yeah.
were coming on as a current couple, not as they were breaking up. But
I
okay,
I want to put a stamp onto Ming because I think that she's gonna be really good for the show.
okay, okay.
I'm really digging. But do you know what is so weird to me going back into the show? I don't know if you caught this, but when Jennifer was like, I know me from Atlanta. We never hung around each other before. I don't really know her like that, but I know her because we've been around each other before.
Right, right, right.
I'm like, that was a
So,
horrible
so, so,
introduction.
yeah. So it's like, so you really don't know her, ma'am,
Right.
really, and
Yeah.
also, what is
And I
all
also
this?
want you to come to Jackie's Friendsgiving because I'm by myself.
Right, 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 right. Well, because at that point, I guess the only other quote unquote friend she would have had at that table would have been Brandy.
Brandy, yeah.
Hmm.
And
So
I played a fan.
she knew that Brandy also was on Evelyn's side too, or at least they were halfway cool. Maybe she just felt like she needed a little reinforcement.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that? I mean, what did you have more to cover, or did you want to talk? I mean, what'd you think about that whole episode overall? Like, did anything stand out to you?
I did like that Brandy was not in like a confrontational space for me. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
go for the Brandy part first.
Mm-hmm.
I did like that she wasn't in a confrontational space.
Same.
Um, it just was like, well, I mean, I've been talking to both of y'all. It seems like y'all need to have a conversation. Which, with Evelyn and Jennifer, it's a lot of times that's probably all they really need, to be honest. And
Well,
it could be fixed for them because I think that they both love each other to the point where they're doing the same thing to each other, and one doesn't see the other side of the other part because Evelyn's not doing anything different than Jennifer did when she did this shit with Chad.
well, I agree with that, but I also think that Brandy should stay out of it, just the way that she wanted everybody to stay out of her conversation with her
I
and
think she
Malaysia.
is though,
No, the way that she wanted everybody to stay out of her conversation with her in Malaysia.
but I don't think she's in the conversation with Jennifer and Evelyn. I
She
think
is. I think she is.
not really. I feel like she's saying they're talking, and she's like, well, I mean, I did talk to Jennifer, and she just said like, I did talk to Jennifer.
Evelyn.
Yeah, and she said that you called, but you didn't answer the phone. I don't feel like she's like invested in that relationship like that, to be honest.
I feel like she should stay out of it.
I feel like she is staying out of it.
I don't think so.
I also feel like, and you know me, I'm gonna bring it back to Brandy in Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if they're going to hash out Evelyn and Jennifer one more time,
Mm-hmm.
they have to bring Malaysia back for her and Brandy to hash it out.
I agree.
Even if it's going to be like Evelyn and Jennifer.
Right.
To me, I feel like as the people who did like the friendship of Evelyn and not Evelyn, Malaysia and Brandy,
Mm-hmm.
give us something.
Right.
And
Well,
I
that's
think when
what
I
I
hear
thought that.
Jackie talk about like her being the glue of that show and all that stuff,
Oh
I just
God.
never seen that. I've always thought that it was Malaysia and Brandy to me, and I know you don't think it was Brandy, but I always thought that Malaysia and Brandy were the Evelyn and Jennifer of that franchise.
You said that. Mm-hmm.
I know you don't believe that, but the reason why I watched it was because of that.
I know you said that too.
Yeah, and you watched it because of just Malaysia.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. They were definitely not as strong of a friendship to me. I just know that they were like my sister and my sister, and then all of a sudden it wasn't that anymore. It just didn't seem as I don't know. I mean, whatever.
I
It
think the
is what
same
it
thing happened
is.
with Jennifer and Evelyn when she
But I
started doing
feel
what she
like I felt like they were actual much closer than I had seen, let me just say, with Malaysia and Brandy. And I know that they were like, you know, she would show up, and remember they had that one event where Malaysia showed up with her sweats on and all this stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, it just never, I don't know.
Well, I just think about when Brandy came. Well, I guess I had to think about that, but then also when Brandy did the interview with Carlos King about how she actually brought Malaysia onto the show. But I also think about when Brandy came onto the show and they
She
did that.
didn't bring her on. Okay, let's be correct here. She said that when she went, you know, they had wanted Brandy on the show, and they, you know, asked her who else did she think, and Malaysia went down to audition for the show. That's not bringing her on to the show. And then when she said that, you know, she had her kid or whatever, she didn't really want to be on the show, so Malaysia wound up being on the show before Brandy. That's not Brandy bringing her onto the
But
show.
Brandy was on the show before. She was in with the girls in Miami.
But she wasn't really on the show.
Well, I mean, Jackie was there too. She wasn't either. But I'm just saying, that's how you know what where the pot was stirring at. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the whole point to me, like when I think of somebody bringing somebody on the show, that means they're bringing them on the show. Like
I
I felt
dropped your
like
name into the pot,
I
and that's
I
why they
felt
found
like
you.
I felt like Evelyn brought Jennifer on the show.
Well, that's a day oneer.
I know,
Well,
but
yeah.
I'm just saying,
But I
like, I
feel
mean, if
like,
we're
but I
gonna,
feel like that's what Brandy did that, but she just wasn't on the show because of what she had going on, and then Malaysia did come onto the show.
well, I felt like also Drea brought Brooke onto the show. I don't see the whole Brandy bringing Malaysia on the show. Malaysia was already on the show, and then Brandy
You know,
came
this is a
later.
tomato situation, right?
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. I just don't like that narrative that Brandy, like Brandy is such. She's never been the star of the show. She'll even tell you that she's not the star. She's not the one in the middle
I think
holding
she
the
never said
basketball.
that. She never
Okay,
said that.
okay. No, I'm feeling like you're saying that, but
I'm just saying that she put Malaysia into the atmosphere of the show.
okay. Fair. That's fair enough. Let's move on.
I love us for real. I love us for real.
I love us for real too. Like for real, guys. Like we literally do love each other. Like but then we have these points where we just don't agree at all. Yeah.
And we know when to cut it off.
Exactly.
All right. So before the show started, there was this. Jennifer Williams isn't here for any relationship advice from her friend of me, Evelyn Lozada. She's never really been married, never been in a successful marriage. She is not one to give advice to anyone. Before we listen, because I haven't heard this either. How do you feel about this? Because I feel like Jennifer is delusional.
It's 1,000%. But I will say, and you're going to be shocked by this because I'm even shocked. I will agree with Jackie that she's not going to hear whatever she's going to say. None of the women want to hear anything that any of the other women have to say about their men. Period.
Oh no, I agree with that too.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
I lived that life before, so I understand.
exactly. I mean, I'm like, I get it. But again,
Jackie was dead on point when she said that because Jackie said it because she would do that.
exactly. All of them have done
Yeah.
that. They don't listen to them when it comes to their
Doug could be sit down San Francisco.
yeah.
And none of them could tell Jackie that that's what Doug is doing.
Exactly. I agree. And so in that regards, she's not going to hear it, but she's so delusional. It's so embarrassing. But I mean, I am at the age in my real life that if you like it, I love it. I wouldn't be going as hard as Ev is on Jennifer. And I'm talking about my best friend who I love more than my sister. I hate to say it, but I do. She is more like my family, and I love her to death. I had to. She was in a very unhealthy, at times abusive marriage, and I had to stand by quietly and let her live her life because I knew that it would ruin our friendship. And so I feel like I'm not going to exert that energy for someone because it's not my life. Like she's grown enough to live and learn. Let her do what she's going to do. Why don't I don't understand why she's so upset about it, to be honest.
You know what's funny is that when I was on radio, we had a show and we talked about best friends, like cousins being your first friends,
Uh-huh.
and then you being the friend to say I told you so.
Got it.
And my best friend at the time, well, he's not at the time, he's my best friend. But he was going, well, he wasn't going through it at that time. But after that, stuff started happening. So they asked the question, they were like, are you that friend that I told you so?
Mm-hmm.
And before I could answer, my best friend was like, oh no, Deb is. Like he is that person. And I'm like, well, I am because I did tell you like not to do it, right?
Right.
And so literally like right after that, he started dating this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, I like it. It seems good. But the more I got to know the guy, the more I did not like the guy.
Okay.
And so, because it was so traumatic for me personally. Because
Mm-hmm.
like you're calling me and like every day something
You're
wrong.
going through. You're
Yeah,
watching.
like
You're
I'm not in
watching.
a relationship. And
Yeah,
like
and but
where
but
you are.
it's hard. It's so hard to watch people that you love go through stuff when you feel like they deserve better.
But my thing was my friend not calling me, the man is calling me.
Oh, the man was calling you.
Yes. So I'm like, this is traumatic for me. Like, get
Oh
out of this.
no.
And so I'm telling my
Yeah.
best friend, like, I don't think this is going to be good. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no. To the point where it was like, choose one or the other at this point because I don't want to be around it. I don't like the negativity.
Mm-hmm.
We were not friends for like 3 years after that.
Wow.
And we became friends again after he actually married that boy.
Yeah.
And he started coming back around like shortly when they started going through this things. And in my mind, I'm like, well, I mean, I told you this.
Right. But I mean, it's just like, I mean, I told my best friend the same thing, but like she told me, and I have to give it to her, was she couldn't see it then. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? She couldn't see it. She was just like, I know what you said, but she couldn't see it then. And I mean, that's fair. What can I say? And I can't force her to see what I saw, right? And so literally it took 11 years.
That's a very mature way to look at that. I love
Yeah,
that.
you know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
had to grow into that, honey. Like it took a lot because I mean, I'm not going to get into the all the stuff, but really, I really had to give it to her because I was just like, I understand now. Like she really honestly, she said, I heard what you said, but
Yeah.
she couldn't see it, and so I feel like that's what's also going on with Jennifer. She really honestly, that's why I feel
Yeah.
like she didn't want to see the proof that Evelyn was trying to give to her. She
Well, she
can't.
said something that makes me know that's the truth because
Exactly.
she said, I'm not a girlfriend, I'm a wife.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so because there's that marriage part that's involved in this conversation, and I feel like if I'm looking at this now, Evelyn, you need to I'm gonna make this a clip.
Mm-hmm.
If I know this, Evelyn needs to like take a step back. And I am my sign is a Virgo, but my
Mm-hmm.
sign is definitely Leo. So I ain't listening to nothing that Evelyn gonna say up to me about this. You need to understand the fact that this lady wants to be married. She don't
Right.
it can be a damn dog on the couch.
Right.
She wants to be married. And
Right.
so she chose this man. And I don't know what you know what I want to play. I don't I don't know why she didn't choose the right one.
Right.
Because I don't think like the
She
other
doesn't. She
guy.
doesn't. She doesn't make good choices as far as relationships. However,
Shout out
you
to
know,
Jelani.
I feel like I meant to send this to you too. I feel like partly Evelyn is true. Like he has got her isolated in that
Yes.
way, and I feel like he is very controlling. And
Yes.
even did you see his post that he put up about
Hold on,
um
hold on.
after the premiere? And I'm just
Are
like,
you talking about
sir,
this one?
no. Mm-mm. Hold on, let me send it to you. Um,
She's
I
no
was
longer a basketball
appalled.
wife.
No, it's his on
Well,
his page.
this is on his page too. So I'm send me that one. But
Mhm.
this one's creepy to me too. She's no longer a basketball wife. She's my wife. We're on
Oh,
our
that's
we're
it. Yep, I'm sorry,
okay.
that's it. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's no longer a basketball wife. She's my wife. We're on our own court now. This is a championship worth celebrating, and there's many more championships loading. Cindy, when I tell you this seems
I
like
literally
abort,
like
abort, 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 abort.
exactly. It made my skin crawl. It's like super big red flag, waving, waving. I'm like, ma'am, the fact that he capitalized my wife, and it's like,
Yeah.
sir, you were just in prison, so relax.
And now I just feel like he's going to hold over her that he went to jail because of her.
Yep. And all of that. Like
Yeah,
anything,
it's
anything that.
gonna be a hard road for her if she tries to leave
Mhm,
him.
I agree.
Well, and I'm glad that you even said this because I pulled stuff today because I'm like, there are things that I've seen on here, and I love Jennifer. Like, and you know that because she's my Virgo sister. I love
Mhm,
her, and I understand. Like, sometimes we do fall into some toxic shit together. We will,
mhm, mhm.
but the signs are all there. Like, I don't know
They
if I
were
can watch
there
television.
before. Like even Evelyn said it in during the episode, was like, all of this stuff, bad things are happening, like him having to go back to jail and all this stuff right before, like trying to warn you
Yeah,
before you get there, and you still do it.
yeah.
You know. And I
I
and I did. I mean, I will say that, at least I know that Ella's going to keep it real. Although, like I also said, like at this point, I wouldn't even give that energy. She did marry the man. It is what it is, and she's going to have to do what she's going to have to do. But I do, appreciate her also saying, she told her to her face, she was like, "You're smarter than this."
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. So when she said that, that's what made me really believe that Evelyn really does love Jennifer.
She does.
Because when she says she's like, "You're smarter than this," notice she's like, "You a bird, bitch." Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
But she's
right.
like, "You're smarter than this." Like, that's a different type of energy to
It
me.
is. It was. And I I felt bad because I know that she was so emotional. She was just
Mhm.
like, I understand, but because like I said, I had to live through it too. Like,
Yeah.
to watch someone that you really care about and that you love um make such a huge mistake as an actual marriage.
Mm.
It's hard. It's hard to watch.
And I feel like I'm an Evelyn because with my best friend, like I didn't let up.
Same. Oh, okay. No, okay. No, for
I
her,
did
I had
not.
to let up. I had to let up because I knew that it was going to ruin our friendship, and I wanted to be there.
Ours was already ruined, and I
Yeah.
didn't care. I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
listen,
no.
I'm gonna keep on saying it. Don't bring that person around me. If I see y'all out in public, it's gonna be a problem. And not
No.
like I'm gonna fight. I don't fight people, but it's a problem. Like I'm not speaking to this person. I don't
Mhm.
be around you while you're around him because it's toxic and I don't like it. Like it brings negativity towards me, and I don't like it.
Right, right. And I felt like that, and I felt very strongly, and so I would limit my interaction. Like when I was in person, she had relocated to Charlotte, and
Mm,
so luckily I didn't see her as much. So when I did have to go and visit, I refused to stay with them.
mm.
I would just get my own hotel room and then hang out with her. It was very rare that I had to actually force myself to be, hey Darren, be around the both of them because it was very toxic, and I'm going to protect her. But there was no way I was going to let him win to where I went out of her life, like it ruined our friendship, and she was only going to be stuck with him. No way.
That's what happened with me and my best friend. And
No
like
way. And oh, I'm
that
sorry.
boy was so
Not
happy
to
that he was
mention,
able to do
not
it.
to mention, not to mention, a child was involved. So my goddaughter was there. So no way was I going to leave. No, no, no. But he knew how I felt. I told him separately. We had separate conversations. And yeah,
I'm glad you had that experience because it wasn't mine.
yeah, it's hard.
And I think I am just like my best friend. Like he's like my brother. I never ever had.
Like I said,
And so
she's closer to me than my sister.
he's probably closer to me than my sister is as well.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is because when I moved to Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
I sat next to him at church and I said, "You're my best friend." And literally, that's what happened. Like he's been my best friend ever since. When I went through my divorce and everything, like we went through the like breakups and divorces at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just have our friendship has been a lot. Like people think that we are together. I'm like, nah, this is my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I mean, there's been times like he slept in the bed with me. We watched TV together, stuff he don't want to watch, stuff I don't want to watch. We
Mm-hmm.
travel together. We do all kinds of things. Like he's like my best friend, like my little brother or my big
Mm-hmm.
brother because he's older than me.
Mhm.
I love him like that. And even like my coworker, he's like my little brother. I met him like this. I would do the same for him.
Right.
But I'm not the person that's gonna keep it cute mute. Like, no.
Now it's not about being cute and mute. It's knowing for me, because I'm never mute.
Mhm.
But what it is that I have to respect her as an adult and as her friend, her best friend, to live her life and just be there for her. Now
I think
now
that's what Jennifer wants from Evelyn.
I think that's what it is, and I feel
Yeah,
like that's why I said like you have to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. She's
yeah.
met the moment that she married that man, that should be it for Evelyn. Like she told her, she knew how she felt. She didn't attend the wedding, and so that's her husband. So ma'am, you cannot sit there and continuously badger her for her choice. She made a choice, and she chose him.
I think I can see a lot of myself with as like a lot like Evelyn because when it was Chad, Evelyn didn't give a fuck.
Right.
And
She
nothing,
didn't.
nothing that Jennifer could say would change that.
Or anybody.
But
She didn't want to
but when
she didn't
it's
want to hear
Jennifer, like
anybody.
Evelyn is on 10,000. And I
Yes.
can say there's a person that's in my life that my friend is like, no, and I'm like, I don't give a damn what you say, I'm still gonna do it.
Right.
And but I'm never gonna have that day, knock on wood, where I have to go through what he went through, where I can tell you that I told you so.
Right. And you know what? And even if it does not last, which I don't think it will,
Mhm.
then let her enjoy let her enjoy herself for as long as she can enjoy it. Because I feel like, it is a bad situation.
Mhm.
And I feel like, she's gonna have to figure it out on her own because
Yeah.
she definitely clearly cannot see it right now. She cannot. And it shows in the fact that I thought we can't even get the premiere episode without showing him. Why is he in it? Why is he doing the
Why does
confessional?
he have a confessional?
Why is he having in a confessional? I was pissed. I was on fire. I was on fire to
When
see
I
it.
seen, I was like, Cindy's at home turning in her fucking sleep.
Woo! I was on fire. I was like, are you?
I was like, one thing I know that Cindy does not like is this man is on this show
Oh my
having
God.
confessionals and
I was like,
talking shit.
what? We haven't even seen the full cast yet. Like we haven't even seen Ty yet, and we get to see his knucklehead sitting up there in a confessional. I was
And
like,
then
come on,
they're
come on.
asking him what happened. And then he goes in here. And first of all,
He's
I'm
a
gonna say
liar.
this. Thank you. Because when she dropped him off, where did she drop him off at?
It looked like the parking lot of
A parking.
a parking lot of the prison. Okay,
There
the
was an
jail.
airport, then there was a parking lot. And I'm
Yes,
like, well, where did he go? Because it wasn't the front doors of the jail.
it was not, but it must have been the gate to go to the front door to the jail.
But
Okay.
you don't go through there to get in unless the cops are taking you that way. You go through the front door.
No, you have to go through the gates to get through the front door.
In DeKalb County,
Right.
you go through the front doors.
Oh
You
wow.
check in and they take you into the back.
Okay.
I know for sure because I've been there.
Oh my God. Wow.
That man, I don't know where she dropped him off at because
Well,
it was like construction tape back there and everything. I'm like,
yeah.
where is he going?
She probably did not even want to show the front of the jail. Okay.
Yes. She's like, call me when you get a chance.
Wow. It was
Is
the
this the
whole
life you live
thing
in?
was just I don't want to see it. It was so cringy.
I'm glad they didn't show us like him calling her collect.
Exactly. You have received a call from an inmate from DeKalb County.
So glad we didn't see
Yeah.
that.
I mean, come on, Jennifer. Like the whole thing is just I was so mad that he was on the show. Oh my God. Why
I
is
knew
he on
you
here?
were. I knew you
was
were.
on
As soon as I
fire.
was like, Cindy's pissed.
I was super pissed. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I can't. I can't. I don't want to hear this his tiny violin playing self. Anyway, we've digressed. Play the clip of
Right. Let's play this one because I didn't get to listen to this part. Now, this stuff that we're going to hear, I might listen to. So I know this is before the show was aired. So let's hear this.
That is in everybody's business, but doesn't want to talk about what's going on in her house. And, happy holiday.
You got to hear what she said. She said,
No, I didn't hear.
She said she's not taking advice from her because happy hoes ain't hating.
Wow.
Happy hoes ain't hating. That's going online somewhere. So did you feel that Evelyn was, what do you feel was the motivation, at least
Wait, so Dad, is Christian on there?
Mm-hmm.
Is Christian on the stage too? I can't see the picture anymore.
Let me go. I can't see. Let me see. They're going to probably show it again. Hold on.
Okay.
I
I can't see the screen.
To make everybody be concerned or overly
I know Jason. They're interviewing with Jason Lee.
Okay.
concerned about your choice to get married to your now husband.
Jealousy.
Mm.
No, he's not up there.
I don't know what her concern is because honestly, I can't speak for her. But my thing is, Evelyn has never been in, well, really, she's never been married. She's never been in a successful marriage. So she is not one to give advice to anyone. You got to sit this out.
Jennifer's talking big shit. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I heard her.
Jennifer's talking big shit.
Jennifer
To the executives in the room,
I said that's why she's not here.
Jennifer
Did you hear
sounds
that?
like Jennifer sounds like a dummy.
She does. Did you hear the man in the back say that's why she's not here?
Oh no, I didn't hear that.
So she's basically saying that Evelyn can't talk to her about her in a relationship or being married because she's never been in one.
Well,
And the man in the background said that's why she's not here.
Well, also that's also why Jennifer got a divorce. So she hasn't been in a successful marriage either, honey.
And that's also why Jennifer's also got scammed multiple times as well.
Thank you.
So I mean, Evelyn has never been scammed. So I don't think that we can put tomatoes with apples. Like it doesn't.
Absolutely.
Need to host this reunion. I'm just letting y'all know right now.
I definitely just should never ever host a basketball.
No, thank you. I don't want to see him. Never.
I would never watch it.
Never.
Okay. One more question, Jennifer. It seems like you're much more clear and firm and strong about defending yourself in this season and not letting anybody bully you. I haven't seen the rest of the season. I think in the car with your husband, you were talking about they can basically F around and find out, and they're finding out. What changed?
Being reserved, which I am to a certain point, and I'm not really confrontational, but I am going to.
I wonder what it is about him that she's like this.
I feel like she wants to see what she wants to see. And
But what has he shown her to make her like?
I feel like I mean, honey, he's a scammer. So he was already convincing her. She had only been dating him for a short period of time before she brought him onto the show, flaunting him around. Like he has made this woman feel as though she is the center of the universe. I feel like she, it's a self-esteem thing. I feel like
I wonder if he's a Cancer.
I don't know what his sign is, but I feel like, she wants to believe the things that he's telling her about herself. You know what I'm saying? Like he makes her feel as though she's a princess and like she's living in a fairy tale. It's not a real, like when they went through that counseling last season with the church people. I feel like the pre-marriage counseling, I don't feel like they have a lot in common. I just feel like he's good at talking, and I feel like he has sold her on the fact that he's good for her, and she believes it. Does that make sense?
He's a Gemini. Yeah, that does make sense.
I feel like he's playing her like any other woman.
Like a fiddle.
But this is what she wants. So she wanted.
I think she's had so many. I think that she's lusting and longing after a marriage. When a person says, and I know a lot of.
I feel like she wants the fairy tale. She's had so many bad. Feel like she's had so many bad relationships that she is wanting to believe this fairy tale that he has sold her.
Yeah.
Even at her age, she should know better, but whatever.
I hate this part. What Jay said, probably one of those water signs. they like to give affection to us Virgos. Is the Gemini is not a water sign, is it?
No, I don't think so.
It's the two fish. Is that a water sign?
Is it? It could be. I don't know. I know a Cancer is a water sign.
Let me see. Gemini is an air sign.
Air sign, yeah.
Josh said he love bombed her.
Absolutely,
I believe that.
Absolutely, he love bombed her.
Most scammers do.
He completely manipulated. Like, we could see it from the very beginning. Literally, we could see it from the very beginning.
All right, let's keep listening. What else?
Protect my man at all costs.
At all costs. That's a Virgo. Now, I believe that's a Virgo. Even if it ain't right, we're gonna do it. Jennifer, I understand, but also I don't want to understand anymore.
So my thing is, I don't give a fuck what you think. It's not your business. You don't gotta fuck him that night.
Look at Brandon looking straight ahead, like, bitch. I mean, I've been here before. You do
right.
wrong choices.
Right.
Please don't let them run you down like they ran me down. I don't even look at your ass.
Right.
I do. So what's your problem?
Who the hell is that?
That is.
They barely clap for her for that speech you just gave. Did you do the little claps?
She looks. Nobody's really clapping. Like, she sounds stupid. She sounds dumb, and it's embarrassing. And they look embarrassed for her. And look at Jackie.
Jackie's like, when Jackie got them sunglasses on,
atrocious.
You know some bullshit.
Atrocious.
She put them on with Carlos King, and Carlos was like, Jackie, stop.
Stop with the glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, because now I know you some shit about talking shit.
Right.
And she started bursting that hair on his show too.
Ugh, gross.
I'm like, now that is disgusting.
I'm so disgusted with the hair brushing.
All right, so after the episode, y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this clip with Jennifer talking about Christian and Evelyn are having a man, and her sticking up for her man. I'm sticking my man, and that I'm sitting beside him. Drop down in the comments what you guys think. Let's move on to the messages on social media between Evelyn and Jennifer. So Evelyn posted, just to be clear, I texted Jen the second we got off stage at the reunion to speak to her privately about the hot mic moment, and she never responded. Everything is not for the show, which this is why I know this is her friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I reached out to her off camera. The entire season, I intentionally avoided commenting on or discussing her relationship.
She did.
But once we started filming again, I was forced to speak on the status of our friendship because she never responded to me privately.
Mm-hmm.
Evelyn says, I didn't want her involved in any of this because honestly, I feel like she's above it. That's why I came to her privately with the info. I had receipts and even offered to give her the FBI's number, because if there's one thing Jennifer knows about me, it's that I'm not a liar. I was just hoping she'd believe me and at least reach out to the contact to understand what was really going on. But instead, she got upset with me. The only obsession I had was Jennifer's well-being. That is it. That is all. We go over to this part. Okay, that was it for that. I believe Evelyn.
I believe her too. However,
her.
I felt like Brandy was much more vocal about her dislike or questioning relationships in that season. However, I feel like Ev, one text is not enough. And if she didn't want to talk about it.
From what she said on the show, though, she reached out to her more than one time.
Okay, but if she didn't want to talk about it, then I would just be like, fine. That's it. Like, I'm not going to put any more energy. She doesn't want to hear it. But I mean, I believe that she did try to look out for her well-being. But you have to also, like I said, you have to be mindful that somebody may also want you to stay there, that like stay out of their well-being. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
they don't care enough for you to
I just think as a friend though,
to change their reality.
I think as a friend, like if I feel like one thing I think that me and Evelyn have that is very similar is how the type of friends that we are with people. And like that shit don't really matter to us. Like I feel like if I see my friend drowning, I don't give a damn if you go through your own shit by yourself or not. I'm not letting you do that. I'm going
to say something. You're misreading what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying.
I know I'm going to say something to my friend. I'm going to say it, whether they like it or not. What I'm saying is I'm not going to continue to be a dead horse.
And that's what I'm saying. I agree with what you're saying, but I'm saying that I agree with Evelyn. I'm gonna do the same shit that Evelyn's doing. I've done it.
No, I'm not going to.
I'm gonna be the dead horse that dies like 5,000.
I'm not going to do that. No, because all it's doing right now is what it's done. It's ruining and probably canceled their relationship. So,
but I think that in my mind,
helpful. No, that's not helpful to your friend. It's
no,
not.
but I hear what you're saying. But I think in my mind, I think even with Evelyn, because she keeps doing it, and maybe not. I'm just saying from my perspective.
And from what I'm saying,
if I've known my friend for as long as they've known each other, as long as I know my best friend, if I keep up for something, eventually my friend should be like, something should click. Like
it doesn't work like that though. It doesn't click. She doesn't want it to click. Do you understand that?
I'm not saying that's true. I'm saying in our minds, that's how it works.
But it doesn't work like that. At some point, you have to be real and say she does not want to see this.
No, I'm agreeing with you, Cindy. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying in our minds, this is how it works.
Okay.
In real life, it probably don't work that way.
It does not work
that way.
In
our mind, like we're like our friends should know us well enough to know that if I keep going on about it, something's not right. In reality, that's not how that works.
That's all it's going to do is she made a choice. That's only going to strengthen the choice that she's made. It's going to push you out and strengthen the choice that she made. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not helpful. I'm sorry, it's not.
I just think that we think that. So
yeah.
Let's move over to this comment.
Did Jennifer respond to that?
If she did, it's not on this clip that I have on here.
Okay.
On this one right here, Brittany this is about Brittany. Let me see if there's another one. Jennifer did respond to this, so let's move to this one before we go to Brittany. So Jennifer responds. Hold on, let's hit this one down. Jennifer Williams addresses the status of her relationship with Evelyn Lozada following Evelyn's comments about her marriage.
Because I just watched how just happy you are, and I was happy for you. That's not like, yo, it's a wife, it's a wife. Some of us aspire to be wives.
And she need to be careful about these interviews with doing this shit right here.
Yeah.
I'm already annoyed, and I don't know what the rest she's gonna say.
Right.
I was happy for you, baby. You don't even know me.
Right.
Well, let me keep going.
Maybe not everybody, but I do. So my thing is for you to get to this moment, and some of your closest friends, aka was your best friend or whatever, to have those comments. Did you feel betrayed?
Well, my thing is this, our relationship hasn't been the same in quite some years. So I don't expect anything from her, but my thing is happy hoes ain't hating. So
happy hoes do be hating.
All the time.
So we'll talk about this in a minute.
Honestly, I'm not surprised. I'm not.
Do you think there's ever a chance you and Evelyn can get back to that?
All good things come to an end.
And that might mean you and Christian.
Exactly. And I was going to say,
I'm glad that she said, if I was Evelyn, I would save this.
Well, she doesn't have to save it because she's proven it through the years that what she says does last. And again, when she says all good things come to an end, that sounds like him. Everything that she says sounds like him.
It sounds exactly like that.
It doesn't sound like Jennifer to me.
it sounds like all things come to an end, and that might be your husband, ma'am.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then when you go through that divorce, what will you get?
Right.
Because he's that one thing I think that's going to happen if she ever divorces him, she's going to become friends with Evelyn again. And then she's going to be, and Evelyn's going to bring her back because Evelyn really loves Jennifer, regardless.
I don't think
And what's going to
so.
happen is they're going to get into his ass about who he's been scamming. And we're going to have another documentary about how Kristen is scamming because she likes scamming movies.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to find out that he scammed her. He was stealing money from her, and all people that he's been scamming money from, they're gonna call what's Evelyn's son's dad's name? Carl's cousin. She's gonna be in the video,
right?
And they're gonna be a documentary about how Christian has been scamming people. Jennifer, I don't understand.
Me neither. I really am embarrassed for her.
I hate this for Jennifer so bad. I want more for her, and I feel like Evelyn. I think like you're smarter than this.
Yeah, and you were rooting for her, and I was like, no.
All last season, I'll fight you on Busy Left and Right, and
the season before that when he first came on,
and here we go.
And here we go. I didn't think that she was actually going to be dumb enough to marry him, but here we are.
My God, let's keep going.
And that's okay.
Is this right? Because I just watch
our lives are in two completely different directions. She's a grandmother. I'm a wife. We're different. Our lives are in.
Now, was that a punchline?
It was. She was trying to do a shady read. First of all, they're around the same age, so it doesn't matter that she is a grandmother because she had her kid at 17. Okay, so she should be a grandmother at her age at this point. All of my friends that had kids when they were, young like that, and in their, late 40s, early 50s, they have grandchildren. So don't try to be like she's a granny and I'm a wife. Ma'am, he's still younger than you, way younger than you, and you're still old. So don't act like you're young and vibrant somehow and she's old. Jennifer.
And I just feel like she's saying this, but like every man that she's been with, even with Christian, is asking her about having a baby, and she's like avoiding the question.
Of course.
Are you gonna have a baby or no? Because I think he's gonna be out the way in a minute too. I mean, there's other options. Like, I mean,
she's not. She's too selfish.
But the girls in the house are doing it outside of their body, so maybe she would do that with Christian. I don't know. But then you're gonna breed another baby, a scammer? Like, I don't understand.
So, Deb, are you hearing me? She's too selfish. Just like when Ed was talking about the victims, she doesn't. Can I finish?
I'm trying to ask you before you go. Like, are you saying something because she don't want to have a baby like on her own, or like not even to get a surrogate?
She doesn't even want to get a surrogate. She doesn't want to have a child because she wants the attention, and that kid is the one giving her the attention that she so desperately seems to need. And so I don't feel like, the fact that she had her dog and she was grieving her dog more than the fact that she wanted to focus on having a child, tells me a lot about her. She wants to be the center of attention.
I never thought about that, Cindy.
I mean,
that's always like trying to stop you so I can see both sides.
Yeah, that to me is what it is. And again, I've chosen not to have kids, not because I don't love children or that I'm being selfish. I made different choices for different reasons. But Jennifer wants she doesn't care how she gets the diamonds as long as she gets the diamonds. She doesn't care how she has the marriage, even if it's a scammer. Just as long as she has the marriage. She's all a surface. She's not a deep person of integrity to me from what I've seen all these years.
I think Jennifer has always been surface as well.
Yep. Very surface. It's about what it looks like on the exterior. And, but by any means necessary, she had to have this kid as her husband. She's talking about, I'm chomping on 30K. Nobody cares about this ring with this money that he stole, ma'am.
When Evelyn was talking to Carl's cousin, and she was saying we invested money in him, and we're watching him with all these fancy things and expensive stuff. He said, Well, why would I do that? Because like that 15,000 is like our lunch.
1,500.
1,500 is like our lunch. And I'm thinking to myself, well, she's not the only one though.
Right.
Like those were multiple people who gave you that money.
Right. And the fact that they tried to like lie and be like, well, as a day trader, you know, you can win some and you can lose, like
Well, I mean that
every
part is true.
but
But
hold on.
like, but
What
what
I'm
he
saying is the point is that every excuse that she gives on his behalf sounds like him. She should just, if she doesn't really know about it,
she doesn't know.
don't speak about it.
Yeah, you can tell that she doesn't know.
Right.
But what she said was true, but
But
she
that's
said
what I'm
it in
saying. It's
confidence.
like
She said it in
she doesn't even
confidence.
want to. She doesn't even want to take the opportunity to learn about it because she doesn't want to see it. She doesn't want to see him like that.
But what he promised the cousin, this is the problem that I heard
Mm-hmm.
was that he gave them a lifetime membership.
Uh-huh.
And so then when she was like, okay, so I have to, she paid that $15,000. $1,500. And then she had to pay for the Bitcoin.
Right.
He's like, well, then I don't understand because you're not even explaining to them what they're doing.
What they're doing with their
But
money.
the 1,500 was for you.
Right.
For the trading. But somewhere that was lost in the contract of why they paid that.
Mm-hmm.
If it was for the membership only, then it should have been in the writing like, okay, you paid the $1,500 for me to be available to you.
Right.
But then when she's trying to talk to you, you're not even available. So then what did I pay for?
Absolutely. Agreed. That was the issue.
What Jennifer said was true. Like, you know, you can win or you can lose, but like
Right.
That's not what they're talking about.
That's not what they're
talking about. That fee, that lifetime fee that he's charging them,
to be a
and then
consultant.
he's not trading for anybody.
Yeah, like he's trying to be their consultant, but he's not doing it. He's off to Paris, and she's looking at him on, and that's what Ev said at the table too. Is like they're looking at you on social media, taking all these things, you know, trips and stuff, and spending this money, and they're not seeing a return on the money they invested with him to be consult on their investments.
And that $1,500 could be a lunch from one of his clients they got that he scammed.
Yep.
So that didn't make it better when he said that.
No.
Well, maybe you just got a new client that day and you paid for the bill.
Everything.
We know Jennifer has
everything that he said in that episode read as a lie.
Yeah.
And as a scam, unfortunately.
I just hope that Jennifer doesn't get too deep into this where she can't get out.
It would be whatever she's going to get is going to be her choice. She made a choice.
Yeah. There's like a few more that we need to read. Let me make sure they're here. Okay, yes. So Kiki Carl's cousin being one of the alleged victims is insane. I seriously can't make this stuff up. Shake my head basketball wise. We just talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Evelyn says, just to clarify, Brittany did an interview with Jason Lee on Revolt where she dragged all of us.
She did.
What's wild is that we never even had a personal issue that season. That was her first season on the show. Later, I did an interview with Jason and he asked me about her. I simply told the truth. When we were filming that season, she was very unprofessional, showing up late or not at all. That's just what it was.
Exactly.
I believe that.
Me too.
She said, I didn't want her involved in any of this because honestly, I feel like she's above it. That's why I came to her privately.
You already read that one.
Is this the same one right here?
No, it was the one when you grouped all of the texts that she did about.
Okay.
All of the tweets that she did about Jennifer.
Okay, so then here's this one. This person, Angel, says it's actually pointless to talk to Jennifer about anything in regards to her men. Let her find out on her.
I told you.
If anyone tells you shit, don't tell her. You hear anything, don't tell her. Love is blind in all aspects. Keep your own peace. And Eva said, great comment.
And I told you that's what I would do.
Yeah, you did. Patty Crocker says, I think y'all are officially over. Let Jen be her dead horse. I love both of y'all, but sometimes you outgrow your. I think man,
It's
you
supposed
outgrow.
to be you. You outgrow people.
Honestly, your Jen's storyline. I mean, how many times can she talk about being scammed?
Right.
That's true.
Right.
F said, we have zero in common in real life outside of the show. I fully agree. Damn,
Wow.
that's crazy. This one says, "Hey Evelyn, I'm new to basketball. Well, damn, where the fuck you been at?
Like, where you been,
I'm
Kiara?
in basketball wise.
Kiara,
And where are my faves
are you
so
14
far?
years old, man?
Yeah, like, I'm so confused. I was a little offended. Uh, hey Evelyn, I'm new to basketball wise, and you're my fave so far. I think you're correct about Jennifer's man, but you shouldn't have apologized to Ooh. Hey boo, thanks for watching. I wanted to make peace and move forward. Come on, Evelyn, with the
Come on, Evelyn, with the growth.
that's called growth. Okay.
With the growth. Yep.
All right. This person says, no, it's not legal for
That's
some.
Kiki. That's the cousin that
Oh,
stole
okay.
the money. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. She looked at that on the video. Okay, whatever. No, it's not legal for someone to trade or invest money on behalf of others without being properly licensed. In the U.S., anyone managing investments for others must be registered with regulatory bodies like the SEC, right?
Yep.
Or state secretaries regulatory.
Securities. So the acronym SEC stands for State Securities Regulators.
Regulatory. Oh, okay, got you. And may need license such as a Series 65 or be part of a registered investment advisor, RA. Okay, firm. So he's not supposed to trade.
There you go.
So he's not supposed to be doing this.
It doesn't sound like he should be.
Interesting. Oh, here she go again. But we're pulling this out the sky. I hope both of the dumbasses get everything they owe. Hold on.
They owe others.
Tenfold taken from them. The fuck nowhere in the US can your funky ass trade on behalf of others, secondary or otherwise. Keep your lies for her. I know the truth.
Oh.
Well, you didn't know before you give them money, though.
And then also, I mean, part of it is on them to do your research.
Right. How much you do this to me, I'm going to say yes. I mean, 4% is a huge deal. Go ahead and run it. What have I got to lose? Well, nothing, to be honest. LOL. Nothing to lose whatsoever. This is the comments are not all together, so I'm not going to keep reading that, but I don't know what this other side is different from this side. So let's move on. Ellen says, thank you to everyone who tuned into our premiere. No matter what side of the fence you're on, we see you, we love you, and we appreciate the support. Now, this part, I can definitely say that Evelyn is true.
I love that. Yeah.
And Cindy, you can vouch for this for me. Me and Evelyn talk all the time.
Yep.
And I definitely love the relationship me and Evelyn have. I had Evelyn about relationship advice all the time sometimes, and like we have conversations. So I could see why she, like, the friendship that she builds with people. It makes sense to me. Like she seems like a really good friend to me.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like she is being a good friend. I just feel like at some point you have to know, like I said, when to hold them and when to fold them.
Yeah.
Jennifer made her choice, and that's her choice. That's it.
Evelyn, we gotta let it go, girl. We in the same. I will stick with it. Listen,
gotta let it go.
Mine's worked out,
especially since Jen feels like she's so big and bad now that she's quote unquote a wife. Let her do her. Period.
She's a wife and you're a grandmother.
Right.
Oh, that man gonna take her for everything she got.
Whatever.
There we go.
I don't have any sympathy for Jennifer.
What's going on? B2B good. It's people that do teeth without going to school and people that does hair.
Yep.
And license laugh my ass off. Like,
you're right.
That's very true.
It doesn't make it right, but you're right.
Like he's her husband looks like he likes it more to get it. I don't feel like he's a gay. I don't think he's gay. I don't see that from him at all. I feel like he'd rather receive to being free than being in jail.
I feel like what I feel like about him is that's all I see is a scammer. I can't see past that.
That's all I see.
That's all I see.
I agree with you 100%, Cindy. I'll see as a scammer.
Yep.
So I think that's it for this, y'all. If I can squeeze in, I don't think we're gonna get one next week. To be honest, it's gonna be my hardest week next week. I do want to do one of these again, though. I'm gonna pull up stuff from the internet if I can get a chance to. I don't know what day it's going to be.
And if I see anything, I'll send it to you. But yeah,
okay. That will work for me. This week's gonna be the hardest week. So after this, like I'm free 99.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. That's great. Do you want me to hop down so you can close out your show?
Yeah, because I'm about to get off. So yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Before you go though, thank you so much, Cindy. As you know, I cannot do this without you. I love
it. I love it, and I love you. Thank you guys for sticking in there with us, and we'll get into the episodes when we get past this little hump.
Yes.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
All right. Love you, Cindy.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. So again, we are going to be reviewing Basketball Wives. I just can't right now because I'm in training right now, and as y'all, I'm in a hotel right now. So it's hard for me to do anything, but I definitely want to come on and give some type of content because I really want to get back into the algorithm, and I've been doing I think once a week at this point. But make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Join the Deb Nation. It's a great vacation. Oh, that was cool. I like that. But join it. Definitely subscribe to the channel. This is a Basketball Wives stand account. Whether you are like Josh, Ali, you don't like none of these girls, it's okay. I have my favorite person. Nobody likes Brandy over here but me. But you know what? I will stand 10 toes down for Brandy. Cindy loves her some Malaysia. Can't stand her. But it's very respectful over here. And I love the fact that we are able to be stands of the fans of the show that we watch and also be respectful. So I love that part. So I definitely want to make sure that you guys, if you have friends that watch the show, because it's very scarce on YouTube, people who even review Basketball Wives. But it's a fun time over here when we do Basketball Wives content because it goes down over here. All right. I would drop the link sometime. You come up and talk about it with us. But just, share the video and subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe, turn on to all notifications to get notified every time I go live. I am going to get out of here so I can study. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video as soon as I just found it. All right? Bye, y'all.
Did it, I 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 did it.